Hello, so hopefully you guys have a good idea of Storbeey based on what's written above. This is a video to kind of show you the app. So we've already been working on the app, anticipating that we'll be able to launch this around the middle-ish of next month. So we're extremely excited to launch it because again, it'll be the first time that anyone's ever been able to have a fully immersive experience in their social media engagement. So extraordinarily excited about it. So let me just run through how the app works. So when you open the app, the great thing is you won't have to do any kind of sign-ups or logins or anything to actually start using the app. So you'll be able to launch the app, and up here there'll be featured Storbeys that you'll be able to scroll through and click on them and experience. And then down here will be the new ones and, the latest ones that people have created, and you can see there's a Create Storby button down here. So as you click on any of these, the experience that will happen is that it will actually launch the orb in your real world. So these buildings back here are actually like the real world. So if you're in your room, it'll be your room or whatever, and you'll see this doorway, and you'll be able to walk inside of that doorway and experience that story from that user. You'll also see that you'll be able to click the share button, and you'll be able to share that story into your social media, so your Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat, so that other people can go and see that cool experience. And of course, in every share, there's a watermark and the ability for someone to click a link and jump right in and grab the app themselves. The other cool thing is that when this is shared into social media, people will be able to launch that experience and see that store be fully immersive without having to download any app at all. They'll only have to download an app if they want to create a Storbeey, and that's how we get them into our environment and building up our user base. So let me just move this little thing out the way. So once they share, let's see, let me go back to the beginning here. All right, so again, they can just click that. It'll take them to the real world, their camera view. They'll see the doorway of that specific Storbeey and be able to walk in and have that experience and share it. Once they see a bunch of these and they're really excited about it, then they can create their own. So when they click the Create Storbeey button, there's 3 different kinds of Storbeys. One is a full-on video experience where you walk into and be in the middle of a video, and that world is going to be extremely cool when we get to Storbeey Live, as I've described in the document, and Storbeey Film, as I've also described in the document. And then of course, there's a full 3D world, and in this world, you're able to walk around, and there's true depth perception. So you can literally walk from this end to that end of the building and engage in things in there, including content from the owner or creator of that Storbeey. And then images. The cool thing about the panorama images is that the panoramic images is you can create those from your phone itself. So we'll have a bunch of templates of videos, 3D worlds, and images that you can actually go and create your Storbeey inside of. So once you select the one that you want, you'll have a series of templates. And those templates are similar to like the facial filters, and that's the model that we're following. As I indicated before, is that model where people can come in. There'll be a bunch of different cool templates that they can leverage to create their experience and then share it to social media. So once they go in and find the template that they want, whether it's video, a 3D world, or a panoramic image, once they select it, they'll be able to then customize it with their photo or video. So at this point, they can upload their own video if they have a cool video, or they can actually take a video as well. And then once they take that video, they'll be able to see what that looks like inside of the Storbeey. One second. I forgot how this thing flows. I apologize. Okay, great. So after they upload their video or take their video, then they can find a 3D object to put that video in. So if you have a 360 camera, then of course the entire world you can create, your and make it your own. But if you don't have a 360 camera, then we provide these 360 environments where you can then go in, pick which one of those kinds of environments that you want, and then you can take a video of yourself and stick your video inside that environment, so that when somebody goes into your Storbeey, they'll walk around the beach, for example, and somewhere in there will be your video, and your video will live on a thing that we call a 3D object. So a 3D object could be an old TV screen. So there could be an old TV sitting out there on the beach, and that video that you recorded of you saying, "Yo, check out my Storbeey," and whatever, will actually live in that TV. Or maybe they're bubbles that are floating around, but we'll have a bunch of cool 3D objects that you'll be able to go in and select which 3D object you want. So, and that's the thing that your video will be playing in. Now again, if you have a 360 camera or you do a panoramic, you'll actually be right in the center of it, and you won't need something to play your video on inside of that world. You can also create the doorway of your Storbeey. So you guys have probably seen some of the videos that I've sent out, the big round one that looks like kind of like a glass ball. You may also have seen the one that looks kind of like a fire door, like Doctor Strange launched it or something. But we're going to let people also create their own doorways, so they can brand it, put their name in there, and say, "This is Shelly's room, come on in," that kind of stuff. So they'll make it really fun. So they'll be able to pick their the doorway that they want, and then once they pick that doorway, they'll actually be able to experience their Storbeey. They'll be able to walk through that doorway. They'll see it in the actual real world, walk into that environment of the template or the 360 that they uploaded, or whichever one it is. Walk around there, see the video, see the engagement. If they love it, they'll be able to click save and share. Now, when they click save and share, what's going to happen is, instead of this window coming up, what's going to happen is it's going to take them to this screen. So now they've created their Storbeey. They're all excited about it. They're ready to share it with the world. And they click that save and share button, and it's going to tell them, "Great, to share this, you need to sign up." And so that's how we reel them in to signing up with our application, without making them do it on the front side of it, without seeing how cool things are. So once they sign up, then they'll have to log in, and then they'll see the Storbeey that they created, and all the Storbeys that they create will live in their login, and they'll be able to share those directly into social media. And again, the great part about it is it's called Storbeey for a reason. It's because we're sharing an orb in your story. So you're going to be able to share this directly into your story, in your Instagram story, your Facebook story, your Snapchat story, and your Twitter, your YouTube, wherever you want to share it. You'll be able to share this immersive story in those environments. And again, the recipient will not have to download any app to be able to experience it. They're going to be able to just tap your Storbeey right there inside of your story from Instagram, and it will launch that Storbeey directly in the room wherever they are, and they'll be able to walk in, have an incredible experience, and click the button to come get the app and create their own.